Namaste everyone and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. So continuing with the series that I've been doing now, today let's discuss 7 of my favorite incense cups, the cup sambrani or the computer sambrani like it's known as. And we'll be seeing 7 of those. But I'd just like you to know that there is hardly any difference in the fragrances because usually the outer cover is mostly has the same base. It's either made of cow dung, or it's made of coal, or it's made of a combination of flower cycle products and cow dung. So that's the filling that goes in will usually either have loban or guggal or a combination of both. So unlike incense sticks, which come in various fragrances, and that's why the fragrance, of course, are very different. And then we have, dipped incense, we have masala, we have flora. The fragrance and the intensity of all of these become different. But because this almost has the same kind of base material, it's only what, the kind of material that goes into making the cup as such, and the filling that is filled in the cup is what makes a difference. So almost all of these, because most of these products have their standard commercial formula, and most incense makers use those formula to make these products. So that's the reason most of these incense cups or sambrani cups have fragrances which are like very mildly different from each other. Probably it's only a difference of a little bit of a different fragrance in this and a little bit of different fragrance in that. So it's like that. But if you are somebody who is really, really sensitive to fragrance, you would be able to pinpoint even that minor difference in the fragrance. And for that reason, out of the many fragrance cups, the sambrani cups that I've used, these are the 7s that I've been able to pick up because of the kind of experience that I get from these, and because of the subtle differences in the fragrance that I find in these from others. Now, out of the 7, I also have, I have given one of which is an empty cup, and, how I use it. So that also is there. The other thing is how I use these incense cups is more important than the fragrance of it as such. But of course, yes, because as incense lovers, we are, driven by fragrance. So fragrance is important, but the use of it is equally important as well. So I use it mostly for smudging, because these give out a lot of smoke. And if you are somebody or somebody in your house is not okay with it, then it's going to be a big headache. So what I do is I usually smudge it. I usually do it twice a day, in the morning and evening during my prayers. So after I've done my prayers, I take this in a censer, in a terracotta or a brass censer, whatever I have at the moment, and I take it around my house from the inside to the out, while chanting Hanuman Chalisa, or just simply Shivai Namah. That's what I chant. So I do that. Mostly it's Hanuman Chalisa, because Hanuman Chalisa is protective and it gives you everything that a householder needs for a good life at home. So I usually chant Hanuman Chalisa, and I take it from inside out and I place it at the main entrance of my house. And let me tell you, I don't know if these days, main entrance is the most important place of your house. Besides the fact that it should always be clean, the one thing that should always go on your main entrance is either a lamp and an incense, or at least an incense, if not the lamp, and at least once a day, if not twice. If that once a day is only the time when you clean up the house, and doesn't matter whether you've taken a bath or not, whether you've done your puja or not, you just simply light an incense stick there at the entrance of your house. It's going to benefit you immensely. So that's what I do. I place it there, and the same thing goes in the evening. And especially on Amavasya and Purnima, the full moon and the new moon nights, I place these cones, these cups, both at the entrance and in my balcony. So that's there. And because this gives a lot of smoke, so you might want to use it for outdoor pujas, or generally when you're sitting out and you want something like a mosquito repellent. Instead of lighting up those mosquito repellent sticks, you can just use these so they will do a good job. So that's there. I also use these to smudge my child. So I do it once in a while when I smudge it. In India we call it nazar utarna. So you get the child rid of the evil eye, because what happens is with children is that, like, they meet so many people, and so many people might think so many things about them. It does have an impact. So I use these to smudge my child also once in a while. Plus these can also be very well used to smudge your hair after you washed it, and it'll give you a nice fragrance, and it'll give you a nice it gives you a nice feel. So, and overall, if you can just use this to have a nice experience in your house. I would suggest all of you have one nice brass incense holder, because brass as metal also has some very good qualities. So please keep one of these brass incense holders, and use your incense cones or your incense cups in these. It's going to give a very nice, very insta worthy experience, and it will give you a nice spiritual feel as well. So you might just these days we spend so much of money on so many things, and you go out for a movie once and you might just spend 1,000 rupees, or 2,000, whatever. With that money, once you can just buy one of these incense holders, and it's going to be in the house forever. If somebody doesn't intentionally break it like that, so it's going to be there for you, and you can pass it on to your children. It can be a nice heirloom. The more you use it, the more spiritual benefit, the more spiritual vibe it collects within it, and then that goes to the next generation. So you must invest in one of those brass incense holders. So that's how I use it. The other way of using this is to, like in one of my videos, I've given you the 21-day ritual, so you could do that. I'll link that video somewhere in the description box or in the I button. And then the other way of using it is, once you've cleaned the house, every day, just light it up in your house, just take it around, or just let it be, in the open house for some time, and then you can just pick it up and, place it outside somewhere. So that also can be done. The other thing is, you could use this when the house has been shut for long, like if you've gone for a vacation or something and the house has been shut. When you come out, when you come back, the house does smell a little weird, so just clean the house and just put this smudging thing, open up the entire house, and the house will be valid, good to go. So that is also the one way I use this. Now the other thing is about the price. I see most of these cups are in the range of around 100 to 150 or something, except for one. I found Nirmalya to be expensive, because it comes at around 270. But there are other incense brands also that I've seen that have they charge exorbitantly for this, and I sincerely don't know why they charge so much, and probably they're reselling or what. But I tend to go for the not so costly ones, and that's the reason I do not like to buy from Amazon. I like to buy directly from my incense seller, the Pansari store, because then there I can get single packs also. So that's the reason I buy it from there. So these are the things I just wanted you to know before I let you know the 7 incense cups that I really like. So now let's start with, and like I told you, the first one is not necessarily the best. These are all of my favorite ones, and I always have them, mostly. So I like, first is Cycle Naivedya, and this was the first incense cup that I ever used, and I really liked it. And Cycle Naivedya is something that I really like, so I always keep it. Now, the one good thing about Cycle Naivedya is there is a bigger version of it which you do not get in any other incense brand. That size is not available anywhere. And so you see the large ones, there are just 4 of those in a pack, but that one large cup will go on for around more than 2 hours. So if you have a puja that long, it's going to be a very good thing. Or if you want something, at the main entrance of your house on a particular day where you want the incense cup to really give out a lot of smoke and give it out for a long duration, then that is a very good thing. If you have a puja in an open space somewhere, this one is going to be awesome. And if you have a katha or some puja that is going to go on for a long time, these large cups are really good. So I usually keep these for my Durga Puja days, and I usually use them one, cup every day during the puja. So I use around what there are it goes on for around 9 days, so I use 3 packs. And those 3 packs, I really don't know what the price of it is. So but it gets on within between 500 to 600 is what I pay for that. So that is Naivedya. The other one from Cycle brand is Gavi. This is a cow dung based incense, and like by now I'm sure you know that I really like the cow dung based incenses. So Gavi is another favorite of mine. I really like the fragrance of it. It actually gives you a very nice divine fragrance. I have used other cow dung based incense cups, but Gavi is my favorite. I really like it. And then the other one which I have loved from the first whiff is Hari Darshan Devgandh. I don't know what is it there about this incense. I really like it. The Hari Darshan Devgandh is something that, I mean, I can light it up any time of the day and I will still like it. So it's like that. So I really like Hari Darshan Devgandh. The other one is Ma Kalyani. I do not have the picture of it at the moment with me, but Ma Kalyani is a brand that is made by an astrologer, and I have reviewed it earlier on my channel. So in case you want to in case you wish to watch the channel, you can watch it there. And I really like it. It's made by an astrologer, and the incense, the material that is used is according to astrology, something like that. So I really like that. So I have this on hand for smudging the house as well. The other thing is I really like Nature's Palm. That this is a brand that I get from a local organic store here near my house. It's called the Nature's Palm, and the incense that we get from that, the cow dung. It's a cow dung and flower cycled incense cup. And oh god, the fragrance is so amazing. The moment you open the pack, you are like enchanted. It's so good. I really like it. It has a very nice floral kind of fragrance. I have reviewed this also on the channel, so you might just want to check that. So it's Nature's Palm incense cups. So these are the ones that are there. And then we have Nirmalya. So Nirmalya, when I had got the Nirmalya incenses, I had got 1 or 2 of these cups which I had used. I did not go ahead and buy the whole pack because I found it expensive, and I would prefer to buy Nature's Palm, which comes for 100 rupees, rather than buy Nirmalya, which is like 270. But yes, of course, the feel is different. The experience of purchasing the product itself is different, because if you see the Nature's Palm, it's a very simple packaging, just a plastic pouch and a Nature's Palm label. That's all they have. But Nirmalya, the packaging is so amazing. If you want to gift it to somebody, that painting of that cow on the pack itself is so good. In case any of you want to gift it to me, you're welcome. Just let me know. I'll drop my address to you and send it to me. The packing is so awesome. Really, if you want to gift it to somebody, it's a very good thing. So that also is cow dung based, and you might just want to go ahead. And the other thing I like Nirmalya about is because I am from the ad industry, so I really get enchanted by good ads, and the Nirmalya ads are so good. You just go to Nirmalya on YouTube and you check out the ads. The ads itself are so cool. You would want to buy those products. So that is Nirmalya. The last one is are these empty cups. So now these empty cups that I buy, there are coal based ones also, but I buy the cow dung ones, obviously, because I like them so much. So I buy that, and I fill it with a mixture of havan samagri, camphor, honey, and ghee. And the ghee is specially cow ghee, which I source locally from the Nature's Palm, or I get it from Country Delight. So that is there. And honey has to be any natural normal honey that you get, so that is there. Camphor, I only use the Bhimseni Kapoor that we call the original camphor. I get that also from Nature's Palm. And then havan samagri that I get is specially from the Gayatri ashram Indore. So I get it directly from there. Their havan samagri is so awesome. I haven't used any other havan samagri after I've used that. So I recently saw that Phool also has a havan samagri, which they give a nice pack, and they say that the ad itself is so, like I told you, the ad is so good. And they give you nice 41 ingredients or something. I haven't used it because for the cost factor. The housewife in me never really allows me to go for something which is expensive when I get a better product at a better price. So I always buy my havan samagri from Gayatri Ashram Indore. So I make a mixture of these and I stuff those empty cups with this. But before I stuff the empty cups with this havan mixture, there's an important step that I follow, because if you do not do that, and I have tried that earlier, the incense cups don't really burn well through. So you will have to light them up again and again, and it gets very irritating. So the one thing that I do is, because most of these empty incense cups have nothing in them, so they are just simply cow dung and probably a little more stuff to give it a shape. So that's what they have. So what I do is, I usually make a mixture of ghee and kapoor. So ghee and camphor, I melt it together, and I dip these cups in this mixture. And sometimes, if you do not have access to good quality ghee, you could even use coconut oil for that matter, and then let it dry for some time. And once it has dried, then you fill these cups with that havan mixture, and your incense cup is ready for you to use. Now, the other good thing about this process is that if you want to use a particular kind of incense essential oil or essential oil blend, and if you can afford to buy good quality essential oil, and so get frankincense or get rose, sandalwood, any of your favorite incense essential oil, you can mix a few drops of those also in the ghee and kapoor mixture, which you use to dip these empty cups, and then you have your own fragrance ready. And the same thing goes for the havan mixture. If you want to add something special, like if you want to add some more guggal, or you want to add more of nutmeg, or if you want to add more of say loban or sandalwood powder, if you have access to good ones, you can make your own incense cup without having to go for these expensive ones. And the good thing about these incense cups, these empty ones, are that you get these only in the count of 100. So for around 300 or 400, you get 100 of these, and it's easy for you. You can just get your good havan mixture, and for that matter, you could even market this, make these incense cups, and this will have your own signature fragrance or your signature style, and then you can give it to friends and family, and that's how you can just start marketing. If they like it, they'll come to you again and again for the same thing. So that is how I use these empty cups. So these are also one of my favorite incense cups. So I think I've given you a lot of information today, and I've spoken a lot. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and you learned something from it. And let me know what else you would want me to cover here on the channel. And I'm Dolly Jha here, and I thank you so much for watching this episode. Until we meet again next, take very good care of yourself. Namaste. Shankar, Shiv Shankar, Shambho.